The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Here's a breakaway opportunity. Battling and driving a penalty kill. The shot and goal! Battling his way through and backhanding it in is Liam Tamula.
Yellow Jackets looking to continue that run here, and a nice kick by Kennedy Pilgrim to keep that volley going. And a block at the net.
Tie to the 6. Knoll drives one into left center field. Hit well and deep, and a diving catch in left center field. A heck of a grab. Jordan Leininger took extra bases away and 2 down.
Hackle fires right side complete. The hook and ladder.
hey.
Richter goes deep. He could go. Richter to the house. Touchdown Jackets. Levi Richter on the Yellow Jackets lead with 13.8 seconds to go.
3 seconds to go. Cooler with the ball. 1 second at the buzzer. It's in! And the Pelican Rapids Vikings on a shot from Matty Cooler go to the state tournament undefeated at 29-0.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
And welcome live to the Hive here for some wrestling action tonight. This is Lance Rock, joined alongside by Jesse Hine, and you'll see some new things tonight as a new mat is unveiled, and exciting times here as we're going to go a triangular tonight. So we will have 3 teams, one Section 8 AA, that being the host Perham Yellow Jackets, and 2 Section 8 3A opponents, one in Willmar Cardinals and the other one in the Moorhead Spuds, and a lot riding on the line for both of them tonight as well. Jesse, has they're battling for their seeds for their section tournament.
Yeah, we found out that they're battling possibly for that 1 seed as we move to the end of February, middle of February here. It'll be good to see, full lineups hopefully, and see where teams, what changes have been made and what things teams are doing to get ready for the end of the year.
And ironically, both of these teams, Jesse, were just at the Annandale battle for the Bolt tournament this weekend, and it was a kind of a rough tournament for both squads. Willmar going 0-3 and the Yellow Jackets going 1-3 while they were there. And so we got a little bit of a look at some matchups where they saw the same team. The Yellow Jackets defeated Annandale, and Annandale turned around and defeated Willmar. Willmar a little short-handed. They've had some tragedy in their school and some sickness go through, so I don't think we're going to see their full lineup tonight, but that's not to be unexpected at this time of the year.
Yeah, for sure. Now's the time of the year. I know Perm's struggling with some illness as well. Injuries happen, and you just got to piece together the best lineup you can, and obviously big implications. You got to get a full team out there.
We'll lay this out for you, how we're going to do this, and you'll hear it multiple times if you start early with us. 5 o'clock is the estimated time. We'll start with Perham and Willmar, and then it'll be Willmar and Moorhead, and then the finale tonight will be Moorhead and Perham to finish off the nightcap of the triangular. We're going to stay on the same stream throughout the whole time, so whether you're from Moorhead, Willmar, Perham, stick with us through the whole time. You'll see a little commercial break in between, give us a chance to redo our notes, get things going, and then we'll jump right back in. So you won't have to change streams tonight. You just got to stay with us through that whole time. So again, I'll repeat, we'll start out here shortly with Perham and Willmar. We'll then go to Willmar Moorhead and then finish the night with Perham and Moorhead. So lots of good action coming tonight, lots of things that we're excited about as we're on the Budget Blinds pregame show here, and excited to bring you this action. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes here, kind of give you what we think might happen, some starting lineup type situations, and we'll be back on the Budget Blinds pregame show.
For over 30 years, Budget Blinds, based out of Detroit Lakes, has been serving Perham, Fergus Falls, Park Rapids, and the surrounding area. Whether you need blinds, shutters, or drapes, check out the entire inventory online at budgetblinds.com. Budget Blinds is backed by the #1 provider for window coverings in North America and is your local window coverings expert. Visit them online today, budgetblinds.com, or give them a call at 218-206-9599. That's 218-206-9599 and online at budgetblinds.com.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. with expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Ray's Sport and Marine in Perham has you covered for all your recreational needs. Ray's carries a large inventory of Lund boats, Bennington pontoons, plus Viaggio pontoons. They also carry the Yamaha line of ATVs and UTVs, as well as the full line of Honda Power Sports. Stop in and check out all of what Ray's Sport and Marine has to offer. Good luck to all Perham athletes, and go Yellow Jackets!
Reuter Family Dentistry, with locations in Perham and Wadena, welcomes new patients. Come meet the friendly and professional team and experience for yourself what it is patients love about Reuter Family Dentistry.
You know, Dr. Reuter is just so kind and inviting, and she's very proactive, and she has instilled it in her staff to be so friendly and inviting also, and that just makes it a wonderful experience.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
River's Edge Cabinetry loves their customers, and customers like Emily love them right back. She says, I've seen a lot of cabinets in my 16 years of real estate sales and appraising, and the quality of River's Edge Cabinetry is right there with the best. Jen says working with them was great because they took care of everything. I really like their style, attention to detail, and being able to see 3D drawings up front. Call 218-346-0127 or visit the website today, riversedgecabinetry.com, turning your vision into reality.
Welcome back into the Hive as we're getting dangerously close to wrestling action here is the way we're set up, and you won't be able to see it. Off to your left will be a JV portion, and there's lots of JV wrestlers tonight, so good for the sport of wrestling to see that. With that, you'll probably hear some whistles and some outside sound. Don't get distracted by that. And right dead in front of us, we're going to start out with Willmar going against the Perham Yellow, the Willmar Cardinals going against the Perham Yellow Jackets tonight. And we're thankful that you're joining us. We're on the Budget Blinds pregame show. We'll have the Lakes Ace Hardware starting lineups coming shortly. Get your favorite Benjamin Moore and Magnolia paint colors or color match any color today at Lakes Ace Hardware in downtown Perham. We'd like to thank some of our other sponsors: Frontier Airlines, Great Clips, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Budget Blinds, Lakes Ace Hardware, United Community Bank, Reuter Family Dentistry, J&L Nutrition in the Backyard, EOT Insurance, Perham Health, and we'll have many, many more that we'll be talking about as we get started tonight. The dangerous thing that we talk about, Jesse, is lineups, and weigh-ins have happened, skin checks have happened. But I know for many of these teams, and it's one of those sports that's wearing and it's taxing, and you know more about that than I do, so I'll turn it over to you in a second. But it's rare to see a full lineup at this stage of the game.
Yeah, you know, it's just the time of year, and all these guys have gone through a pretty tough gauntlet of the first half of the season. And, again, the season of illness, the time of the year where aches and pains might become something more, and God forbid you have a bad injury. But that's the way of the road sometimes, and again, you got to put the best product you can out there, and you can't dwell on what you think might happen because teams have to be creative, and really do what's best for them and try to win matches.
Right, and we want to thank Lakes Ace Hardware for the starting lineups, and I think we're going to hold off because talking to the coaches prior, there's going to be a lot of jumbling going on here and a lot of double weigh-ins and a lot of if A happens, B is going to come into play. So we'll thank Lakes Ace Hardware for the starting lineups, but we're going to hold off because we're going to be about 40% correct tonight the way it sounded. You're going to see some different faces in the lineup. If you followed the Yellow Jackets at Annandale, you saw some people getting some of their first action in the year, and it's one of those crazy things about the sport of wrestling. You can go, and it just shows you how important that left side is over here in the Hive tonight with that JV portion. Is you need to be ready to go when your name is called.
Absolutely. I know wrestling especially, you always say you never know when your moment's going to be there, but in such a diverse sport where you need all shapes, all sizes, sometimes all ages too, where again you want to fill your lineup. You might be the 7th grader who's sitting over there on a chair getting ready for your JV match this week, and then next week you're out underneath the bright lights and giving her all you got. So again, you don't know when the time is yours.
And I think you're going to see those things happen tonight. And again, my name's Lance Rock. I'm joined by Jesse Hine here, helping us out with pushing buttons and the color and knowing a whole lot more about wrestling than I do. But we're just excited to be here tonight. It's a great competition. Storied programs coming in here. We're just looking forward to a great night of wrestling, and we really want to thank those sponsors again: Waterfront Recreational, Central Market, Great Clips, Perham Chamber of Commerce, Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, United Community Bank, Nias Family Sales, EOT Insurance, River's Edge Cabinetry, Perham Health, KLN Family Brands, Interiors by Winkles, and many, many more. And we're just excited to get this started, and it looks as the teams are starting to gather up. Warm-ups have been gone through. Again, we're holding off on the lineups just because it's not that normal night where we can come through and go through. So Bruce Perrine's going to go through a few things with us. We'll have the anthem, and then we're going to get ready to wrestle. So as we gather ourselves, we get ourselves with the notes prepared, and the coaches and the captains come to do the flip. We'll send it back to commercial, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes.
One of our core values at United Community Bank is reinvesting in the communities we serve. I personally take great pride in this, as I'm a 5th generation in our family here at United Community Bank. We've been here for over 100 years. We take a great sense of pride in sort of that reciprocal relationship we have with our community, that, you know, we need our community members and they need us, and we love giving back and reinvesting.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Welcome to Perham, Minnesota, a great place to visit and an even better place to live. Here's a look at just a few of the things you can experience here.
To learn more and plan your next getaway, visit Perham.com.
Hanson's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hanson, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Every day, thousands of dogs in the Lakes area are told to stay. When they wanted to play at the Backyard Playcare, Doggy Daycare, or Playcare is the perfect spot for your dog. 100% supervised playtime and 100% fun in a brand new facility that opens this fall. Contact the Backyard Boarding and Playcare at 218-346-4104 or check us out on Facebook today.
At Waterfront Recreational LLC, the mission is to deliver high-quality and custom-built steps, decks, and docks so you can access and enjoy your property. We believe in hard work, honest and fair dealing, high-quality craftsmanship, and excellent customer service. Our products have proven results. We can't control the weather, but our docks remain rock solid in the windiest of conditions. We also offer boat storage in the wintertime. Call or text 218-298-1353 for more information about each of our services, or visit waterfrontrecreational.com today.
New Horizons Realty is a full-service real estate company who has been helping buyers and sellers in Lakes Country for over 25 years. They understand the local market conditions because they are from here, live here, and have lifelong careers in real estate. Get a free estimate with an experienced, local, laid-back, and friendly agent that's a part of a team you can trust and will go to work for you. Visit permrealestate.com or call 218-346-7767 to speak with Chad and his dedicated team at New Horizons Realty in Perm.
Central Market, the fresh place in Perham and Detroit Lakes, offering the freshest meat, produce, bakery, and deli products possible with great value for your money. A visit to Central Market is a journey into freshness. You'll always be able to find a wide variety of items that will result in the perfect meal for your family and friends. Begin with their meat department, and whether it's succulent fruit and vegetables, fresh baked specialties from their bakery, or the convenience of fresh deli selections, Central Market is the fresh place for your family. Go Yellow Jackets.
Welcome back into the Hive as we're getting ready here for the 107-pound matchup. Is going to be brought to you commercial free by Waterfront Recreational and Frontier Airlines tonight. No starting lineup, so we're gonna get right into this. Trade Tallman for the Willmar Cardinals against Dresden Wegscheid for the Perham Yellow Jackets. Dresden wastes no time with the takedown as he comes out and then an escape for Tallman right off the bat.
Yeah, Dres doing a great job being aggressive right away. He's back in on a shot here, another single leg, doing a good job running his feet to it.
Gets that mat return for his second takedown.
Got one leg in here going to work right away on top. It's good to see Dres coming out aggressive. Oh, he's got both legs in, looking to stretch out here.
As he's in the riding top position here, Trey Tallman, again, don't have updated for Willmar records, but this goes back to January 20th as we have a stalemate here. Back to the center of the mat. Trey Tallman is a 10th grader. He was 1-11 as of January 20th. Dresden Wegscheid, also a sophomore, 17-14 on the season, and there's another escape for Tallman.
Another shot attempt by Dres. He's doing a good job with his motion in and out. Seeing if he can get Tallman to step one way or the other here. Tallman with a nice shot opportunity, single leg. He's doing a pretty good job. Dres trying to get that toe down, keeping a whizzer in. Still got the whizzer here. Kind of a 50-50 position.
Long as he holds that whizzer, he's not in danger of giving up those points.
For sure, now he stuck that leg in and got behind the arms. Now he's in control. Good mat awareness by Dres there. just to know what he needs to do to get that takedown, even if it's not the position he necessarily wants to be in.
10 seconds remaining here in period number 1. Dresden Wakescheid up 6-2 over Trey Tallman.
Here he's looking for a quick turn at the end, trying to stack it up here. That's how we'll end the first period.
Perham's choice, they defer. Willmar takes the down position, so Tallman going down, probably figuring Dresden has been good on top, but yet has released him, and Tallman's been able to get out. Dres looks to slide in the ride here, though, this time instead of the easy up.
Yep, he's going right back to where he was at, same side with that leg in, putting a lot of pressure on Tallman's shoulders.
And it's one of those scary positions as you start to see him get high. You'll never want to see that opponent come out the back door, so to speak. But Dres is in nice position and got that nice ride in here. And
burying a deep half. This is a lot of pressure on that shoulder underneath for Tallman. Tallman doing a good job fighting it off here. There we're getting a count.
Got him past that 45 and then tries to rearrange 2 count there.
Now you'll see the official, yep, he gave 2 after the bottom man recovered there. He'll hold that down until the pin hold is given up.
Again, this 107-pound match is brought to you commercial-free by Waterfront Recreational and Frontier Airlines. And again, it's one of those, I think, Tallman probably thought he was coming out right away, and Dres decides to stick the boots in, so to speak, is what they call it, and now is really working tough on this ride.
For sure, he's still working that same arm. Oh, he buried a deep half in here. Dres chest to chest in a good spot here with 40 seconds left in the second period.
Taking his time. Nice job just taking his time so he didn't get that elbow up too high with potentially dangerous. This is a long time to hold on. 28 seconds remaining, and there's
the fall. Nice job. Dresden kind of showing his experience there, taking his time with a lot of those moves, starting the Jackets off with a fall.
Yeah, nice way to start if you're the Yellow Jackets. Bonus points is something we talk about a lot, but it can't be overemphasized or underemphasized how important they are. And we'll wait here now at 114. So at 114 for Willmar, we have Logan Fagerly against Bo Bush for the Yellow Jackets.
Fagerly working a hard front headlock to start here.
No record information that I could find on Fagerly. I know he's wrestled some, just couldn't find that information. Bo Bush is an 8th grader, 4-14 on the season. So again, I would say Fagerly looks like the bigger wrestler, Jesse, and he gets that initial takedown.
Yeah, really good job on that front head, not getting too much in a hurry. He did a good job blocking the elbow and getting 2.
This 114-pound match is brought to you commercial-free by Central Market and Great Clips.
Bo doing a good job keeping his base here. Look for him to grab hands, fight those hands as he comes up.
Off the edge of the mat, so we'll go back to the center of the new Resolite mat, and kind of where a lot of colleges are going to, or most all colleges, and interesting to go back to the tape. And so those of you who followed wrestling, we went kind of to that Velcro style for quite a while, and now back to the tape mat. So beautiful mat for the Perham Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if we see any of these Resolites at the state tournament this year.
Yeah, it's got a nice look to it. Again, nice job riding here by Fagerly. He's doing a great job. 25 seconds remaining in this, and it's one of those, I wonder, shot clock came into play for basketball. I wonder if we'll ever get riding time in for wrestling. It would certainly change the way people wrestle, I think.
For sure. It's always been talked about. Fagerly with a nice cross-arm tilt here with 10 seconds left. Referee holding 2 back points. Bo doing a good job fighting tough down there.
4 seconds remaining here. Bo's just looking away, trying to keep out of harm's way, and he survives the first period with being down 4-0. It's Willmar's choice. He deferred. Bush goes neutral position to start the period, down 4-0. 6-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets on your United Community Bank scoreboard.
Good choice by Bo here. I think he was in a good spot on his feet to start the match. I think he'd like to get back to some of that offense off his feet.
I was going to say, just out of what we're seeing and what we think this has to be one of those toss-up matches, and a nice job by the Willmar wrestler, Fagerly getting started right away tonight. You start getting, if he gets another takedown, all of a sudden it really puts the pressure on Bo Bush from Perham to try to maybe do something that he's not used to doing. And Fagerly's dangerously close here to picking up some more points, but they go off the edge of the mat, back to the center.
I really like that Bo's moving forward. He's really working to try to get to his offense here. Even down 4 points, he's still sticking to his plan. Good sprawl by Bo there, fighting off that shot from Fagerly. I see if he can get one on the edge here.
My guess is Bo Bush is more of a 107-pound wrestler. It looks like Fagerly's a full 14, maybe not, but sometimes just that size difference, that's a lot when you're 114 pounds.
Absolutely. You think 7 pounds, you think of it in the size of a dumbbell. It may not seem like a lot, but 7 pounds of muscle can make a huge difference.
Both wrestlers doing kind of a nice job just kind of tying each other up. It's been an aggressive. There's a front headlock by Bush.
Bo with a nice whip over cow catcher move here. He's got to settle in. 45 seconds left here in the second period. He's got plenty of time. He's got to just settle in and weather the storm here. Keep his hip down. Fagerly doing a good job trying to roll all the way through. And here we go. Now he's got Bo on his back.
So 3 near fall for Bush, 2 reversal, and now back points.
Looks like he's holding 3.
What a wild flurry of events there, and that's how quickly wrestling goes, folks, is you might think you're in a good position, and all of a sudden you're looking at the lights.
10 seconds here.
Boy, heavy pressure being put on here. Now stretching them out, and there's the fall with 5.8 seconds remaining. So 1 fall apiece. Heading into 121 pounds.
Fagerly did a good job of turning that chin right at the end, and that was the difference. If you can turn that chin, they say the shoulders will follow.
Yeah, and great job of not panicking when he was down. Great job by Fagerly. Wyatt Cruz coming out for the Willmar Cardinals against Peyton Trout for the Yellow Jackets. This 121-pound match we're instant action. I better get this in quick. 121-pound match between these two wrestlers has been brought to you tonight, commercial free, by New Horizons Realty and Dakota Fins and Feathers. Trout Cruz at 121.
Nice goal behind by Cruz there. Doing a good job, bouncing the head, found his opening, and got the takedown.
6-6 is the team score on our United Community Bank scoreboard. I'd like to thank Frontier Airlines. Tonight, Great Clips, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Budget Blinds, Lakes Ace Hardware, United Community Bank for our scoreboard, Reuter Family Dentistry. They had both pins to win there. I missed that one. So both pins to win by Reuter Family Dentistry, J&L Nutrition in the Backyard, EOT Insurance, and Perham Health sponsoring our blood timeouts, and Colton Lehman this evening.
Cruz doing a really good job on top. He's kind of going one thing to the next. Started working a crossface cradle, then kind of into a cross arm tilt. You can tell this is where he's comfortable. This is in his wheelhouse. Trout doing a good job maintaining his base. Again, I think you're going to see here, Lance, Trout wrestling a little bit at 114 this year. Might be giving up a little strength and a little bit of weight to Cruz.
Right. Peyton Trout's a 7th grader, 7 and 15. And yes, he is son of assistant coach Kyle Trout, so no stranger to the mat. When your dad's an All-American, you probably have been doing this since you could put wrestling shoes on. And he is facing Wyatt Cruz as a 9th grader. Again, I apologize, we're a little bit late. Our records aren't really up to date for Willmar, but as of January 20th, he was 14 and 16. So I know they had some matches since then, but it kind of gives you an idea where they're at. Lots of matches for Wyatt Cruz. End of the period number 1 there. Cruz up 2-0. I believe it was Perham's choice. They must have deferred. Cruz takes down. Again, interesting. We talk about riding time and how it would change it. Watching college wrestling, Jesse, with the 3 points for a takedown now, all of a sudden has really changed. It's a wide open event now.
You know, you're seeing a lot more bonus point finishes. I was a little unsure of how I felt about it, you know, being a big college wrestling fan. But I really like how it rewards that offensive wrestler for getting those takedowns.
Right, and it opens up that game, and all of a sudden you got to go offensively. Cruz with the reversal here with 1:20 to go. Has that arm bar in, and these arm bars are deadly when they're sunk in the way Cruz has it right now. He's getting near fall points.
Trout in an okay spot here, fighting off his back. Seems like he has an elbow posted.
And his hips are in the right direction, kind of counterweighting what's happening here, but a lot of pressure being put on that arm right now when you're fully on the other side of your opponent. 55 seconds remaining. Trout turns into him.
Yep, good job by Trout finding some daylight, not giving up the 6.
Near fall for Cruz. Now makes this match 7-0 in favor of him, and now we start talking bonus points again. 8 for those of you at home who are like me not that long ago, 8 points will get you an extra bonus point on the scoreboard for the team, so definitely in range for Cruz, and Trout's definitely trying to fight that. So good matchup by these two young men, and Cruz there with a tilt.
Yeah, he kind of baited him into that, got him leaning one way and then went the other.
Nice job by Trout rolling through. 10 seconds remaining here on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Again, this match being brought to you by New Horizons Realty and Dakota Fins and Feathers. There's the end of period 2. Should be Trout's choice. He goes neutral. Our first one to go into the third period, third stanza here, Jesse. So that's always good to see. And 7-0. And again, if you're Cruz, you're into that nice double.
Yeah, right now this third period's where you're really going to see the weight difference, I think. And Cruz spending a lot of time on top might be wearing Trout out a little bit.
Again, well, it'll be interesting to see if he goes right back into that armbar type situation. It looks like he's trying to dig that wrist out from underneath Trout. And he is definitely. Probably needs to get him stretched out a little bit more to get that wrist underneath.
Common theme here from the first couple. On the bottom, we got to keep our hands forward, Stalling call on Trout down below.
Stall number 1, so the next one will cost Trout a point. And there you see Cruz going right into that armbar situation. Trout trying to stand up under it. This is where you don't want to be if you're Trout. Flat on the mat with the elbow buried.
Yeah, he's got to creep that arm forward, try to do whatever he can to get his arm back before he gets over.
Great match here, 9-0. And if you're Trout, if you can get this escape, or better yet, get a reversal, you knock out that bonus point. But boy, Cruz looks like he rides tough with 40 seconds to go here in period number 3.
30 seconds left here in the third period. I'd love to see Trout come to his feet and fight for an escape here at the end of the match.
Right, it's those battles within a battle, and I've learned to love that about wrestling, that even if you can save your team 1 point, you never know, that might be the point at the end, and it might be an hour from now, but you go, that was why we won. So a good battle here. Cruz with a nice heavy ride on the shoulders, down to 7 seconds remaining, and it wasn't for lack of battle from Trout. Cruz just did a really nice job as we're down to 1 second, and that's going to be your final. Cruz winning 9-0 for the major decision, puts 4 points on the United Community Bank scoreboard for the Willmar Cardinals. They leave 10-6, heading into 127 pounds. Ike Adams on the mat for the Yellow Jackets. Ivan Mars on the mat for the Willmar Cardinals. Ivan Mars, a 12th grader. I had him down for a 12-9 record, I believe. So forgive me if I'm wrong, and from Willmar if you're watching. And for the Yellow Jackets, we have Ike Adams, a 9th grader at 13-13, was a state entrant last year and has had one of those years where it seems like every night he's battling a state-ranked opponent, and that only makes you better towards tournament time. But a nice move here by Mars. He has to mat return him. Ike with great hips there.
Yeah, he's fighting it here. No points yet, no control. There Ike went down as his front hands touched the mat. Those are 4 supporting points, so it'd be a takedown for Mars.
This 127-pound match is brought to you commercial-free by the Perham Chamber of Commerce and Budget Blinds, who also sponsored our pregame show tonight. Mars up 2-0, 1 minute and 10 seconds remain in the first period. Mars looking for a tilt, and he's got it going, but again, when you see that official going back and forth, no control at that 45.
Here we are, 3rd match in a row now. Willmar wrestlers on top, tying up wrist, flipping right away, not wasting any time to try to get those tilts. If I'm Coach Vetch, I'm talking to the next guys coming up saying, hey, fellas, take a peek. Okay, know what we got to do if the guy gets on top of us.
And you can speak more to this, Jesse, but I think we got to clear our wrists a whole lot better, because you look at what they're doing. Stall warning here on Adams right away. It's either been that cross wrist type tilt or it's been the arm bar. Both of them need that wrist, and the Yellow Jackets are kind of letting that happen right now.
For sure. We're not seeing much motion up. I mean, you talk about trying to get up from the bottom. If you're working your way up, he has to hold on to you and prevent you from getting up rather than setting up what he wants. So I'd love to see Ike get to his feet and work hands from his feet.
10 seconds remaining. Mars going for a tilt again, and this time I think he's going to get some back points. 4 seconds remaining, so he has enough to do the whole thing. And it's a 3-pointer. And again, right at the buzzer, those are the most painful. I can only imagine, Jesse, those are the most painful to take.
Points at the end of the period and ending the period on top are 2 big things that make a world of difference at the end of the match.
Willmar's choice. Willmar defers. Ike Adams takes the neutral position. And again, I don't think he wanted to go down with the way that the tilts have been coming in by Mars. And again, we're talking a senior and a 9th grader again, and I don't care what records say. There's a different amount of muscle when you're 3 years older than 3 years younger.
Absolutely. I know one thing for sure, though, here with Ike. I've never seen Ike get tired.
No.
So you know he's going to battle. He's going to make his adjustments here. I've already seen it. You see him tying wrists up with his feet. He's being a little more sure with his setup so that when he goes there, he's in on a single leg.
Boy, Mars is quick, though.
Quick on that goal behind.
And one thing you know about, if you watched Ike Adams wrestle, he's going to wrestle to the bitter end. And that's what Ike does with everything. But, man, Mars was quick on there. Now you could start to see Mars' confidence come out here with a minute remaining. He allows Ike to get up, basically, because he feels like he can take him down.
Can see if Ike can adjust here and see if he can score off of one of Mars's attacks here.
Here's the danger. Mars had a takedown in a traditional type sense of a takedown. Ike was the shooter the last time. Mars just spun around him so fast, so it kind of leaves you guessing as a wrestler, how aggressive can I be without giving up that next takedown with 35 seconds remaining here on the United Community Bank scoreboard.
This is where having that 3rd or 4th takedown in your pocket really comes into play. When your bread and butter stuff isn't working right away, having an answer. We'll see what Ike comes up with here. You can see he's pushing the pace. He's just got to continue to stay after it with 20 seconds left here in the second period.
Again, and you don't want to see Ike hang out there out of bounds. I've seen that call a stall before, like you've got to come back in and re-engage. They just called him off the mat and get started. But, boy, Mars's hands, look at that quickness, Jesse. His hands and feet are never stopping. Another takedown for Mars.
Yeah, I'd say that's been the difference so far this match is Ike's gotten to a few attacks, but he stopped a couple times, and Mars has taken advantage of that.
Boy, and he looks confident doing it. Mars had 9-1 here heading into the third. He takes the down position. I always am kind of wondering, boy, you've lived, your bread and butter's been on your feet, you've had the takedowns. Why would you chance going down? But obviously there's things that you work on, so you're better when it comes time to hit the section onto maybe state tournament time.
Yeah, you kind of took the words out of my mouth there. I was a little surprised to see him take down there as well. Clasping call on top. Good call by the official there. Escape for Mars as well, so that's 2 points.
And obviously Willmar knew what they were doing. Far be it from me as a non-wrestling coach to second guess. I just thought watching this match, he's been in such control from his feet with his quickness, but he used that same quickness to get out and force Ike to do a class. Nice shot here, and same thing happens, and we'll see if Mars can get that arm down, and he does, for another takedown.
Yeah, this is the beauty of building a little bit of a lead. You can sit back, and that other wrestler has to push the action and
make him come to you.
Yep, gets him right in his wheelhouse here.
We're under a minute left in this 127-pound match. Again, bonus points probably locked in unless something really funky happens, and maybe looking for the tech fall here as Mars. Those tilts can add up points really fast. He can get that 3, would make it 16-1 as we get going, and also there's some stall warnings here on Ike. So again, going into that armbar type situation, we're at 127 pounds. This match has been brought to you by the Perham Chamber of Commerce and Budget Blinds, and here, ooh, that was close, and he's still tilting them around with 20 seconds remaining.
Ike trying to hold tough here.
Boy, that's close.
He's there, he's getting a count.
And this is going to lock up that tech fall with 10 seconds remaining.
See if we can save a team point here. Ike fighting hard.
5.
Under 5 here.
Just sitting back waiting is Mars, and boy, am I impressed with Mars. Maybe somebody we put in for the wrestler of the match.
Yeah, he came out. I'll be honest, I was not expecting what I saw just from watching him in warm-ups, but he came out, had a plan, and executed it beautifully.
And that boasts the score to 15-6 on the United Community Bank scoreboard in favor of the Willmar Cardinals. We'll head into the 133-pound match, brought to you by Lakes Ace Co-op and Lakes Ace Hardware.
I see Bruce kind of looking for an answer here too. I'm not sure if Bruce knows who's wrestling. So.
Right, I think we're waiting as well, and I don't know that either. I know we have Whacker out on the mat for the Yellow Jackets. I can tell you that much. We'll kind of wait. They're kind of looking back in the stands, trying to find out who we have. Dave Vetch going to clarify this for Bruce Perham. Ooh, nice shot in here by the Willmar wrestler. Driving, and then control. Gets the 2-point takedown. We'll still wait and see here if we can get some names to you. About 1 minute remaining in this first period. Quick takedown by the Willmar Cardinals, and they're kind of making hay. Same thing happening here. Jesse is right into that, roll that wrist into the armbar.
Yeah, right to work on top. You can see they started rolling wrist, trying to go cross wrist for that tilt. There he flipped him over. Good job by Whacker. Fighting off his back there. I think he's holding. He's got to be careful here, see if he can come to his feet. Circle out of that.
35 seconds remaining here in period number 1. We did get some confirmation as they're in this. Zane Whacker for the Yellow Jackets against Isaac Kaler for the Willmar Cardinals. Down to 15 seconds in both off the mat. We get 1 escape for Whacker, both on their feet. 15 seconds remaining. Again, we've got Zane Whacker and Isaac Kaler for the Willmar Cardinals. I don't have any information on really either one of these wrestlers. I know that Zane Whacker kind of made his varsity debut this last weekend down in Annandale. Zane is an 8th grader.
Fun to see these young guys out here for Perham this weekend.
So Kaler takes the down position, looking right away to kind of roll through here on a stand-up. Bellying out. Nice job by Wacker, just kind of powering back to the Resolite mat there. Nice job by him as he gets going. Now he's trying to roll a wrist out, so it's kind of one of those. I think he's trying to do what they've been doing.
See if Zane can drag him forward. Oh, boy.
Nice follow there by Zane, kind of a dangerous position. Kaler looks like he's no stranger to the mat. I don't have much information on him, but looks pretty mat savvy there as he tried to run off. As soon as he got stopped, he kind of buckled back and tried to do a quick kind of switch on Zane there. So no harm, no foul. Minute 20 remaining in the second. Wacker back in the top position, breaking down Kaler this time.
I think one of the big things so far, too, out of these young Yellow Jackets I've seen is we got to do a little bit better job of bringing our feet with us. We're getting to the right spots, but sometimes our feet aren't following our upper body, and we get stuck a little bit. So
it's that follow through, and you gotta get that momentum going on all that position. Here, Kaler really kind of stretching out, but Zane doing a nice job staying tight, chest to back there, and a nice trip brings Kaler right back down to the mat.
Yeah, putting a good ride on. Zane got a bar in for himself here. See if he can take his time. Sometimes we get in a little too much of a hurry, but he's doing a good job making sure it's deep.
I think he felt like he was off to the edge of the mat. Coach Aaron Lawrence said, you have room, come this way. But now Kaler, being the smart wrestler here, throws his hips towards the edge of the mat, kind of narrowing that gap and now not allowing Zane to go. Under 20 seconds remaining here. And Zane lets go of the armbar, and I'm sure Willmar wants one here.
Good job. Nice mat return by Zane. Popping the hips in, picking him up for a big mat return with under 5 seconds to go here. Finish the period on top.
Ooh, Kaler in the last second off the mat, but he kind of sat, and as he sat, he bounced back up and spun around, and I thought it was almost going to be that 2-point reversal with under a second to go.
At the very least, that was a big confidence booster for Zane, staying on top that period and putting in a good ride.
So Zane takes the down position into the third. Again, we'd like to thank this 133-pound match, Lakes Area Co-op and Lakes Ace Hardware for bringing you this action. And Willmar's been tough on top, but Zane's doing a little different approach to it here. Got a little spin motion, but now gets caught.
Got a reversal. Nice job getting his belt buckle down to the mat on that kind of a hip heist there, ending up on top.
Boy, that was, you love to see that flip move to try to get out and get released, but it's so dangerous. It was close to going back points for Kaler or reversal for Wacker, and it went reversal Wacker. So he leads 3-2 with under a minute 20 remaining here in this 133-pound match.
He's got to be real careful with that. Then one of the new rules that they're focusing on is anytime that top wrestler has an arm trapped, when you bring that wrestler down to the mat, you are responsible to not make sure that they land on that trap side. I think the Willmar coaches are kind of asking for it.
And they got it, and it's the right call, and it's good for the sport. Nobody wants to see an injured wrestler, and neither do either one of these guys. So good to keep them safe. The bad thing for Wacker is that tied the match 3-3, but Wacker came out with a little zeal there after this happened, and Kaler's really struggled, but here he does a nice pick, gets the reversal and some back points.
Yeah, another situation there where Zane kind of stopped his feet for a minute and Kaler kept his feet going, put himself in a good spot and got the fall.
Man, that's a tough fall to take for Wacker. Was doing such a good job, but like you said, Jesse, you see when that momentum stops, it's a dangerous thing for a wrestler. And nice job by Kaler picking up the fall there. The Reuter Family Dentistry fall makes the United Community Bank scoreboard 21-6 in favor of the Willmar Cardinals. Okay, so I would 139, a bump up for for Mickelson, I would say this has got to be one of the features of the night. We have Gavin Carlson, number 5 in AAA, a 10th grader, 29-4 at the time of the records. He's taking on Chandler Mickelson, a senior, 21-5 for the Yellow Jackets, in multi-state appearances for these two wrestlers, and 30 seconds already gone, and there hasn't been a millisecond that wasn't action.
Boy, we saw about 5 different attempts there from both wrestlers. Again, both these guys know what they want to get to. High-level match here. Both these guys have spent a lot of time at the state tournament. Looking forward to see how this unfolds.
And really, probably it pride's on the line here a little bit, but also if you can, it's another feather in your cap if you, for who wins this one, that you beat a quality wrestler, and it just builds in that confidence, and it puts one more thing in your backpack as you get going, and this is a really good match to see at this point of the year.
Yeah, both these guys doing some high-level stuff. It may not seem like it, the score is 0-0, but the defense that we've seen so far has been what I've been most impressed with, just crashing hips down. I mean, takedowns that both of these guys have probably got on 90% of the people that they've wrestled this year, but just awesome wrestling.
35 seconds remaining. Carlson with the takedown here. This is Gavin Carlson. We'll hear that Carlson name, and if you've watched Willmar or if you're following from Willmar, not a stranger to the mats of Willmar is this Carlson name. This 139-pound match is brought to you commercial-free by Hanson's Plumbing and Heating and United Community Bank, who is also sponsoring our scoreboard tonight. 10 seconds remaining. Carlson might take the stall here, but he improves position, gets up to the hip, and brings Mickelson back down. So it looks like we're going to go 2-0 Carlson over Mickelson heading into period number 2. This might be where choice makes a difference. The choice was to Willmar and Carlson. He defers. Mickelson takes the down position heading into the second period, and I would imagine this is going to be like a track meet here for a while, but then you never know. Carlson's got a good deep waist ride in here, and if you're Chandler, you get back up to your base, doing a nice job. And there's the escape. So Mickelson with the early escape, 1:40 remaining here on the clock in period number 2. And again, I think it might be the next takedown here that really Carlson in on another single. Really good into that deep, kind of spins around and gets that 2-point takedown, does Carlson. Man, and this Willmar team is just so fundamentally sound. They don't miss an attempt. When they go, and that's important. And here's a little cat and mouse game as Carlson lets Mickelson up.
Yeah, one thing Mickelson's doing really well here is he's not giving anything easy. Both those takedowns have been, well fought for takedowns, and we're still just a one takedown match here. Nice shuck attempt by Mickelson on the edge. He's not backing down at all.
And I may be wrong, 53 seconds remaining here in the United Community Bank scoreboard, Jesse. It looks like Mickelson wants to go a little more upper body. Carlson wants to get to the legs. And I might be wrong, and there's Carlson back in on the legs, but it seems like that might be the strength of each competitor here right now.
For sure, and sometimes getting a guy out of his element is big too. Carlson, he may not like to go up there, and that's a situation where Chandler's coaches might have scouted a little bit, but Chandler doing a better job protecting his legs this period to see if he can get one here in the last 25 seconds.
Right, and this is wearing just all your weight on the top of the neck and the shoulders of your opponent. It might not look like much is happening, but it does wear down. 15 seconds remaining here on the scoreboard. 4-2 in favor of Carlson.
Under 10 here in the second period. Thinking about this, what a great opportunity for Chandler to get a high-quality match here, kind of getting toward the end of the year, gearing up for sections.
Yeah, and if you're Willmar Cardinals, you're just licking your chops here because a sophomore on the mat is definitely a seasoned veteran, and he's not shying away from anything, and they're kind of matching up, throwing these high-quality matches at us is really good. Conlon, it must have been a whistle on both sides. I was like, okay, are we getting?
Yeah, some feedback maybe. No, that was a whistle on the other mat.
Escape for Carlson. He comes out of the down position. This is Gavin Carlson.
Chandler kind of working those underhooks. You can see Carlson not the most comfortable in that position. Chandler doing a good job. He's got to keep working levels. He's doing a good job protecting there. See if he can get a goal behind on one of these shot attempts.
One of the things I like what Carlson does in here, though, Jesse, he's not pushing in to Chandler so much that throw can happen, but he's not backing away either, so that ankle pick isn't coming into play. So this is really the strategy is unfolding here of what these guys want to do. I'm looking at, if I'm Carlson, he's probably going on a shot here pretty soon to the leg. And as I say that, he gets in a snap down.
You know, I think back to that Morris match we talked about. You know, Carlson's in the driver's seat right now. He went and he got his couple takedowns. Not saying he can coast, but he's got to say, you know what, come take care of business here. So he's in the driver's seat. Chandler's got to make some action happen here.
Well, and the thing is, he's been in this position right now with Mickelson, kind of in that front headlock position, and hasn't given up anything. So he's okay. He's afforded himself to do some little half shots, and if it's there, finish it off, and if it's not, just wait out the stalemate and try again.
I'd be curious if, you know, as we get down under 30 seconds here, if Mickelson doesn't go to a front head and try some sort of Smet mixer gator roll type attempt here as time winds down.
Again, you see a good arm work by Carlson here. Definitely kind of keeping Chandler at bay, and a shot's going to have to come from a long ways away, and sometimes, oh, there he's back in on the leg. Sometimes a deep shot is not a good one. Carlson can just sit here. There's 5 seconds remaining. Obviously, he'd like to get the takedown, but he can just sit here and ride this out, and he just does that to a 5-2 victory. We have Gavin Carlson over Chandler Mickelson, and I would think that brings our United Community Bank scoreboard to 24-6, and that's a big one for the Cardinals. Even though I would guess he would maybe be favored, it was one of those that I was looking forward to.
Yeah, just a business-like victory. I mean, there was nothing he did that was crazy. He stayed in great position the entire match, hand fought really well, maintained his inside position, and stayed to his plan.
Okay, so some switching around here. This is why we didn't give you the Lakes Ace hardware starting lineups, as Detloff now bumps to 45. This is Tegan Detloff. He's a 9th grader, 32-8 on the season, has some high-quality wins, but he's up against one tough customer in Sully Inez, junior at 25-4 at the time that I could get records, number 9 in AAA, and he's in on a leg right away.
You're seeing Tegan kind of benefiting from his length here, fighting off that shot, but Inez doing a good job sticking with that single leg finish.
Boy, and you just have to be impressed by the Willmar Cardinals right now, Jesse. Every shot that they've taken, I think they've finished on. And when you go back and watch film and you look at the percentage of how successful were we on our takedowns, they're going to be pretty happy through 145 tonight.
For sure. They are running their feet all the way until that wrestler hits the mat, and it's definitely evident so far in this match.
And again, here they're back into that same thing, kind of. They've got a plan, and they're executing that plan right now. And again, you mentioned it earlier, Tegan Detloff's length causes some opponents some problems here, just because if you stretch him out, he's long, and if he curls up, he's still long. And so getting all of the positioning that you would normally do on a 39, 45-pounder doesn't happen against Tegan Detloff.
Inez doing a good job here, kind of with that ball and chain ride, reaching underneath, trying to scoop some sort of tilt here, even on his feet. Tegan's got a scoot here. This is where his length is going to come in and benefit. See if he can put that leg over his head a little bit and work out the back here as we get under 10 seconds.
You just watch Inez. He knew he wasn't in the greatest position, looked at the score clock, found out what time he was in, grabbed onto a leg and said, let's just hang on, and we'll live to fight another day. And that's that experience, Matt, awareness coming to play for the Willmar Cardinals. 3.4 seconds remaining on your United Community Bank scoreboard. This 139-pound match is being brought to you commercial-free by Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, and United Community Bank. And we're at 145, excuse me. I better announce this one. So this match is being brought to you by Joe Foltz Construction and Reuter Family Dentistry. Thank you to both of these businesses for sponsoring. A nice kind of sit out there and switch by Inez.
Doing a good job clearing his hands as he went to that switch. Tegan didn't have much of a choice other than to cut him loose.
Again, for those of you just joining us, we're going to bring you all 3 matches on the same stream. Jesse and myself will be bringing you the Moorhead Willmar match coming up next. We'll have there's a takedown by Inez. We'll have a little break in between, and we'll run some ads for our sponsors. But stick with us. We'll run through the whole night, and then we'll finish up the evening with the Moorhead Spuds versus the Perham Yellow Jackets. So full night of wrestling here on Magnitude Sports. We're glad you're here to join us, and it's been a dandy so far. Scoreboard doesn't show it, Jesse, but there has been some great action tonight.
For sure. I mean, the Willmar Cardinals have definitely showed up pretty fine-tuned, I would say. They're looking like they're kind of in their end-of-the-year form, very technically sound, and just kind of going to work on the jacket so far.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because this is kind of, you think about the Yankees and Murderers Row or whatever they used to call it, probably not publicly correct now, but you go Mars and then Kaler to Carlson, or to Inez. There probably is another Carlson coming up here at 52, I'm guessing. We'll see what the action is, but that's a tough row to hoe for a lot of teams when you hit that middle and all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard and you're down by 20 to 30 points. It gets kind of deflating.
Oh, and Perham has relied all year on, even if a team goes on a run, we've had Mickelson, we've had Detloff, we've had Byer next be the stopper so far, and so far they've edged us on a few of those tight matches.
Right, and again, you just can't say enough of how 20 seconds remaining in period number 2, how crucial matchups are. You can look and you can look at the paper and go, oh my goodness, how did this team beat this team but lost to this team? And then you start looking at matchups and all of a sudden your studs are covered up by theirs, and all of a sudden there's nothing you can do about it. And that's happening a little bit tonight right now for the Yellow Jackets, where they're expecting wins. Willmar's just a little bit better tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we can, as we move up to the upper weights, get that stopper to step in and win a match here, get on track, and make it interesting.
And I know Willmar's without a couple wrestlers up in the upper weights, so that might make a little bit of a difference as well. I know for sure one wrestler that's ranked I don't think is wrestling tonight, but we'll wait and see just because of all the things that are happening. But, man, I am impressed with the Willmar Cardinals so far, and they're definitely sharpening the steel to get ready to go at section time. And there's an escape right back into a shot by Inez. So escape for Detloff, back into a shot by Inez, and there is 1:28 remaining, 5-2 lead for Inez. So not out of the ballpark for Detloff. Stay your game, like you said. Here he's in on a single, but again, that mat presence by Inez, you can just see he's not shaking at all. He's just sliding back, and pretty soon you probably see, I thought maybe he would snap around or shuck by, but he just kind of stands up with Detloff.
Yeah, again, good throw by Detloff on the edge there, feeling Inez leaning a little bit, but I'd like to see Tegan to maybe get to some of those shots he was successful with earlier in the year at home, where he's running to that leg. He's running all the way to it and finishing to it. You're seeing, I know in Isaac Adams' match we talked about good shot, but then we stopped our feet, and that's when the Willmar wrestlers had a chance to kind of get to their defense. So
I've heard you say, Jesse, not run to, but run through.
Run through,
You know,
absolutely.
if you run through something, and here's a shot for...
So here's where we got to run our feet to that leg. There he's to his feet. He runs to it. Much better job by Detloff here. He's got to continue, though. And that's just good defense, good hips down. Mat awareness there is really good, but that was a much better attempt by Tegan. Running to that leg. Again, now we got to run through. We're working. That's what I love about Tegan Detloff.
30 seconds remaining here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I've been impressed. with the Cardinals, they never overreact to a shot. They never overreact, and so they stay in good position the whole time defensively, making it real tough to score on.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of Perm wrestlers go to their setups and not get the reaction they're looking for. We're not getting as much penetration on our shots as we maybe normally have, and that's just kudos to the Willmar Cardinals coaching staff.
Good job by Tegan holding on there. He's going to go down in defeat. Tegan Detloff loses 5-2 to Sully Inez, but holds it to a regular decision. That brings our scoreboard, our United Community Bank scoreboard, 27-6 in favor of the Cardinals, heading into 152. We got Carson Byer coming out for the Yellow Jackets. And this sure looks like Carlson to me, but I
was going to say, that's the Carlson build that I've seen at my
watch
wrestling
the Gophers,
too.
South Dakota State, you see this type of build.
Square shoulders, short, stocky, right in on a shot right away. Boy, that's about as technical of a shot as you can get right there.
Takedown right off the bat. This is Conlon Carlson, ranked number 3. He's a junior. Well into his 30 wins this year. I had him at 30-4 a couple weeks ago, so he's probably getting close, dangerously close to that 40 wins, somewhere in there. Again, ranked number 3 by the Guillotine at 139. Carson Byer, a senior, 24-10 on the season, and nobody's going to work harder than Carson Byer.
That's right. I know he's looking forward to this opportunity just to, see where you're at. This is one of the best guys in the state. Can't get much better opportunity than this. Carson's got to be a little bit careful here. He's trying to scramble. He just gave up the 2. Good job by Carson bellying out there.
Nice to get out of that one, as you saw 1 swipe of the hand. 2 swipes would have got him into some point giving up, but nice job by Byer just to work himself onto a better position to just get off the mat. 1:14 remaining here in period number 1 at 152 pounds. Escape for Byer.
One of the things you see from these high-quality wrestlers like Carlson is it seems like it's effortless for him. I mean, he's in such good position. He feels his opponent so well. He just knows where they're going to step, knows where they're going to lean. And Byer doing a good job making him earn it here.
That's just so quick, though, right down to the ankle. This 152-pound match is being brought to you commercial-free by Nias Family Sales and EOT Insurance. And I almost think there should be some back points, even though it's defensive. I know you can't. You don't want to get pinned there, and now we're probably a smart move for both wrestlers, especially for Carlson, keeping it out of harm's way here. But Byer almost defensive pinned himself there, and I think Carlson knew exactly what he was doing.
That's where you're going to see in college they put in that danger rule where you're exposed to your back. They give a couple danger calls, and then they actually reward a takedown and start calling back points from that position. But Byer knowing the rules, again, fighting to try to get into some positions to prevent some of those takedowns, and he's working. That's one thing you can guarantee with Carson is he's going to work.
Under 10 seconds. 8-3 the score. Byer with 3 escapes. Carlson with 4 takedowns. And again, kind of what we expected. Byer's going to work extremely hard. He's a quality wrestler, but we're seeing one of the best in Minnesota right now.
I can think of multiple times here, too, when we've invited St. Michael up, we've invited Simley up. Some of our best guys on our team, I mean, your son, Leighton Rock, got to experience a Patrick McKee in the old middle school gym. And, it's just crazy to think that some of your best wrestlers, there's still guys out there who can, take care of them. And I think of Zach Peterson, one of our most decorated wrestlers in Perham, meeting up with Patrick Kennedy, who's wearing the Hawkeye black and gold right now. And
you're talking guys that won 3 individual, 5 team medals, and it was just another level. And we watched that. We kind of teased Leighton yet to this day as McKee's still wrestling for the Gophers. Like, you think you could still go with him? And he just laughs and giggles and said, I couldn't then, so how could I now?
It's great experience for those guys.
Nice job here by Byer. He's holding tight here, but he's going to put himself in a bad spot because you just see Carlson's just kind of measuring up, like, what am I going to do here? And then we get a stalemate. But
you know, you got to give Byer credit. He's putting himself in a spot to get those stalemates, and I wouldn't say I've seen Carson scramble like this before, but this might be a match that gives you that experience.
And then Carlson says, I'm done with all this stuff. Back to the fundamentals, double leg takedown, which you made very familiar here in Perham, and I know my boys couldn't wait to watch a freight train double go through.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, it's kind of an attitude takedown, and that was definitely one of those from Mr. Carlson.
I think he wanted to remind Carson was getting a little frisky there and working, doing some things maybe he shouldn't, and I think Carlson wanted to remind him who he was on the mat with, but I look for Carson to take a shot here. He's not going to go down not swinging, but Carlson, there he goes. But look, that's that cat-like quickness and just right around, and he's going to get his 2 with 20 seconds remaining here.
Yeah, you got to think anytime there's a holiday break, I'm sure brothers, cousins, I'm not sure how they're all related, all the Carlson boys, but you got to think he's had some pretty good practice partners over the years.
I'm pretty sure they wear off their turkey dinner before it gets a chance to settle. But under 5 seconds remaining, 12-4 in favor of Conlon Carlson, number 3 rated by the Guillotine in the last Guillotine ratings, and proving why he's that way. Carson's flirted in and out of the rankings this year, as high as 8 at one point, now currently not in there. But again, he's in that top 10, 12 in the state of Minnesota at AA as well.
You know, some of these guys who are so decorated in wrestling, you just wonder, are they multi-sport guys? You know, Carson being a big player for us in the fall on the football field. You're curious how much mat time some of these guys have.
Exactly. Escape by Byer there makes it 12-5 with a minute 40. Carlson goes right back in on that single leg work. And again, I think he's looking for more. You just see him setting up into that next chain. He'll take the takedown, but if he can get in deeper, he is certainly going to do that. 14-5 here, 9-point lead. I'm sure he's looking for that tech fall. Has locked up the major as we are going. Again, nice job of bellying out here by Byer. Carlson pushes him away and lets him up right back into it, and that's one of the things I think you see. You talked about a Patrick McKee being here. You see them run through. The edge of the mat is no limit for them. They're going to wrestle until the whistle blows and says stop wrestling. And it's just that little next step of being even more physical.
Yeah, for sure. And you can see Carlson kind of hitting another gear here. He's getting his work in. He definitely wants to leave no doubt that there's anybody else in control of this match right now.
40 seconds remaining, 16-6 now in favor of Carlson. And I didn't know if he was going to continue up and down here, but looking to try to maybe work something on the edge of the mat. They go out. We're going to go back to the center. 28 seconds remaining, 16-6. So major decision in hand. Right now, even a reversal is going to keep it at a major decision by Byer. Byer scrambles out right away and then take down again. And so it's almost that you can have your 1, I'll take my 2 type situation, and then he locks it up. Locks in a cradle. This would.
Carson's got to keep wrestling here. Oh, boy.
Escape, then a takedown, and that's the tech fall. And so when
23-8.
When you talk about hitting another gear, that was a whole nother gear. So again, I hope it was a great match for most of it. And again, it's great to see 2 really good wrestlers here go at it. But again, the scoreboard is heading in the favor of the Cardinals, 32-6. Heading into 160.
160 pounds for Willmar, Isaac Zelaya, and for Perham, Logan Cook.
Isaac Zelaya on the mat for the Willmar Cardinals against Logan Gook for the Yellow Jackets. Seeing what I've got. Zelaya is a senior, I had him at a 2-2 record as he comes out with the takedown right away. Logan Gook's a 10th grader, 4-9 record. And so again, I think when you see a few of these, you're thinking toss-up, and never count Logan Gook out. I've seen him get into positions and get himself out of positions, but nice job by Zelaya right here. But there's what we're talking about with Gook.
Goes from being in a crossface cradle to almost a reversal attempt there. Again, I'm looking for Gook to come up to his feet. Come up to your feet. Don't give that guy an opportunity, a chance to wrap your wrists up.
Gook, the youngest has 2 other brothers, the youngest of 3 in his family. One trait they all had is they can get out of positions and situations that I have not seen other people be able to. Their flexibility is second to none here. And again, we're right back into that armbar series again, giving us our wrists. 50 seconds remaining, so a long sit here. If Zelaya looks up a little bit, sets his haunches down, and there he goes. He's for sure going to have 3 near falls sitting here on the table if he doesn't get a pin, but this is where that flexibility of Gook again I think comes into play, but resettling in here is Zelaya.
Those minor adjustments that you may not see, but those Willmar wrestlers doing a good job of using their knee to come over and try to turn that chin over. You'll see him try to use that knee to spin that chin toward his shoulder. A lot of times that works that other shoulder down.
10 seconds remaining. It looks like Gook's going to stay out of harm's way. I've heard it said, Jesse, it's a little bit like quicksand. The more you squirm, the tighter it gets, and that's what it seemed to be as we go into the second period. It's Yellow Jackets' choice. Gook defers. Zelaya says neutral, which I can't blame him. This 160-pound match is being brought to you commercial-free by Ray's Sport and Marine and J&L Nutrition, the Backyard. Thank you to both of these sponsors for another quality match. 5-0 Zelaya heading into the second period, and it's 5-0 no longer as he gets a takedown early on as he goes neutral and now leads 7-0.
You got to tip your hat to some of these Willmar wrestlers on just how good a position they stay in, and it seems like that second period's when they really open it up.
Right, and this is a little bit where the Yellow Jackets, a few wrestlers out from injury here, sickness. Not that Logan Gook isn't a formidable wrestler. He's been on varsity a couple of years. Just it gives them a little bit different matchups if they can do this. And here we go right back into this again. It's almost like Groundhog's Day, Jesse, as they continue to do the things that they do very, very well.
Yeah, and you just got to respect how he's taking his time here. I mean, some wrestlers get in a hurry and they try to just run that thing and corkscrew themselves into the ground.
And he's
got a double arm bar, which is just a lot of pressure on your shoulders here. Gook doing a good job fighting it off.
I'm hurting just looking at it. So, again, more near fall coming, and we hope it's just near fall, but he's got that in tight, and he just kind of rocks back and then lets go. So he gets his near fall 3, which puts it at 10-0. 30 seconds remaining here in period number 2 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. We've got a few matches to go, and here's a cradle now. So, again, nice job by Gook. But you got to just appreciate Zelaya. A lot of wrestlers would have bailed out of that position, given up the reversal. Not Zelaya. He goes right back into his offense and tries to cross-face right in and move Gook over and get him face down again. But that's the end of the second period. So we'll head into the third period. Gook takes the down position.
Another thing you're seeing here out of these Willmar wrestlers, I remember Philip Mekadek when he was coaching here, talking a lot about whatever arm you're working, whatever wrist you're rolling, roll that wrist the entire match because you're going to wear out that arm from them trying to fight it. And I've noticed that a lot from these Willmar Cardinals where they're going right back to that same arm, same wrist every time they're working it, and it's working for them.
32-6 at the 160-pound match here, 1:40 remaining in period number 3, and the Cardinals are definitely proving themselves to be a formidable team in any level, but especially in the 3 and 8-3A, as they're going to be looking to make some noise along with Moorhead, Bemidji, maybe Brainerd. So when you're thinking about their competition, that's where it is. And they just keep going from move to move, Jesse.
Yeah, 8 AAA is a great section, similar to 8 AA. They've produced a lot of great teams, a lot of great individuals come out of that section. I know in my time coaching up at Bemidji when I was in college there for a little bit, a lot of fun battles with both Moorhead and Willmar throughout the way, always battling for that trip to the state tournament.
Escape for Gook there makes the score 10-1. And again, he's got to look at, you're looking for something big here, and how do you combat that is go at a leg, and that's exactly what Zalea does, and he's looking to put some more points on the board for himself, and he does just that with a takedown.
Sometimes the best defense is a low shot.
Well, we have them in here. We'd like to thank Budget Blinds, Lakes Ace Hardware, KLN Family Brands, Ray Sport Marine, Reuter Family Dentistry, Joe Foltz Construction, Interior by Winkles, Rivers Edge Cabinetry, as we see
Holy smokes,
a
he
reversal.
did it again. He popped out of that cradle again, and he's in a headlock position here. He's got
it tight.
I don't know if he's going to quite have enough time, but
1-0 in a valiant effort at the very end.
2-point near fall.
Makes it 15-5, and a major decision puts 4 more on the scoreboard. Makes it 36-6, heading into 172 pounds.
Good job by Gook there, probably saving a team point on that last round of back points for Zalea. Tristan Larson in on a good shot right away. Champagne doing a good job kind of holding on to that leg, but Tristan settled in, got his 2 points here. Tristan's got to get a leg hook behind there so he doesn't, there he goes. Gets behind, gets in control. Good job being aggressive.
Cameron Champagne bumping up a weight according to what I had, 10th grader, 21-12. Larson also bumping up a weight, so even Steven, if you look at it that way, he's also a 10th grader, 12-16. So again, toss-up match. What I like in toss-up matches is early points.
Larson's got to be a little careful here with some of those mat returns. Again, it's the top wrestler's responsibility to make sure the safety of that bottom man on those mat returns. Tristan doing a good job staying in control. I'd like to get him to work up some of those wrists and try to get a breakdown.
This 172-pound match is being brought to you commercial-free by Rivers Edge Cabinetry and Perham Health. Perham Health also bringing us our blood timeouts tonight, which, knock on wood, we haven't had any.
And there is the call. The call is an illegal slam.
So 1 point on a penalty point makes it 2-1. Still in the first period, 50 seconds remaining. Champagne gets up to his base. Again, Larson trying to wrestle physical here and really kind of elevating that leg on the stand-up and bringing him back down.
Nice back trip by Tristan there. Again, he's got to get into those wrists, try to get up there. He's got a near side cradle attempt. Good job by getting him back down here. Now we got a battle.
Yep, now we're into that kind of ankle pass situation. 15 seconds remain in the period. Again, this is one of those scramble techniques, and they could call.
Good job by Tristan there to gonna hang on, regroup, and get back to where you need to be.
Right, when the mule kick or whatever you want to call it, mule donkey kick, that's hard to hang on to. Tristan did a nice job not overreacting to it, let it happening, and he holds that 2-1 lead, heading now into period number 2. Champagne will take the down position here for the Willmar Cardinals. That second whistle over there gets me every time. I'm thinking, where was the caution there? Again, Tristan's done a nice job here, and he stayed consistent to what he wants to do on his mat returns there, Jesse. You look for Champagne, hasn't really done anything different, so if you're Larson, you keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, you can see definitely when Tristan drops down to those legs, Champagne does not want to get thrown back down to the mat. So minor adjustments made. Tristan doing a good job riding. Again, I'd love to see him get to some offense on top here.
Again, we'd like to thank Rivers Edge Cabinetry and Perham Health for sponsoring this match. And again, a lot of movement, and they're staying tight, chest to body to shoulder. And again, we got good effort, just not a lot of scoring right now.
And you got to think a stall call might be coming here from Champagne on the bottom with his head down on the mat. Just under a minute to go here in the second.
Yeah, that last return kind of seemed like it took the wind out of his sails just a little bit. And that might be the reason why. So we're going to bring trainer. This will be a blood timeout. We're going to bring the trainer in, and I think we'll step away. Jesse, if you got a quick commercial, we'll come right back after a word here from our sponsors.
For over 30 years, Budget Blinds, based out of Detroit Lakes, has been serving Perham, Fergus Falls, Park Rapids, and the surrounding area. Whether you need blinds, shutters, or drapes, check out the entire inventory online at budgetblinds.com. Budget Blinds is backed by the #1 provider for window coverings in North America and is your local window coverings expert. Visit them online today, budgetblinds.com, or give them a call at 218-206-9599. That's 218-206-9599 and online at budgetblinds.com.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware. You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware, right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
Welcome back here, and Colton Lehman back on the mat, and we're gonna. This one's gonna be a medical default or medical injury here, and probably smart at this time of the year. That goes down just like a pin for the Yellow Jackets, so it gives Willmar. It gets that Willmar wrestler a chance to go regroup. He's going to work with Colton Lehman here, see what he can do for the rest of the night. Again, that takes us now to 189 pounds. We have Vetch for Perham. And I didn't catch.
I thought they said Swanson, but
okay, I think you're right. Levi Swanson for the Willmar Cardinals. Again, I don't have anything on Levi Swanson. I know he was in the lineup this last weekend. Vetch is bumping up from 72. He's a senior, 17 and 15 on the season. The way tonight's going, I think you throw no records out the door, because it's been one of those type of nights as Willmar has looked really sharp. And again, it's too bad we had to end that last one, but it's better to be safe at this time of the year. This 189-pound match is brought to you commercial-free by KLN Family Brands. And there's a shot, and kind of what Vetch looks for. Get in on the shot, and he's going to hit you with a reshot or a heavy shoulder right away.
Nice little drag into an inside cradle there for Vetch. He's getting back points. Didn't quite have it tight enough, but it looks like the referee's holding 2 for sure. Nice job there. A lot of times you'll see when they're in that front headlock, they dive underneath for sometimes an opposite ankle pick, but he went near side to a cradle there. Nice job by Vetch.
Again, 40 seconds remaining on the United Community Bank scoreboard. 4-0 in favor of Vetch, and he's going right to work.
Crazy to think that Jackson Vetch spent some time at heavyweight last year and in years prior, but sometimes you can't take the heavyweight out of a guy. He's running that head lever just like he was when he was younger.
Yep, exactly, and I think he wrestled that way, so you wrestle to your strength, and nice job here by Vetch. 10 seconds remaining on the United Community Bank scoreboard.
There it is.
And there's the fall.
Again, we talked about it with some of the Willmar wrestlers, but Vetch with a great job taking his time on that, making sure he got the fall.
We head into 2:15. 36-18 on the scoreboard. Hudson Hackle coming out for the Yellow Jackets.
At 215 pounds for Willmar,
Ramiro Trevino on the mat for the Willmar Cardinals. And again, we talked about a few Willmar Cardinals tonight without Steven Cruz. He's at that 172 to 189 pound match, and he's number 5 in the state of Minnesota, and he is also a junior. So they're missing one of their, and we're kind of battling through some injuries too as the Yellow Jackets. So good matchup tonight between these two clubs. Seen a lot of good wrestling, and we still got a couple matches to go. Hackle meets that shot by Trevino there. You could hear the slap from up here.
Yeah, you get into some of these bigger weight classes, and it gets a little physical. You got to love it.
This 215-pound match is being brought to you commercial-free by Interiors by Winkles.
A little bit of jockeying around a little bit, pounding on each other's heads. Trevino in on, that's his third shot attempt there. Good job by Hudson working to it. Run his feet here. Keep that feet moving.
Boy, and Trevino was going to slap on that headlock, and nice job by Hudson. It just kind of went by.
Should be 2 on the leg right there. There you go.
You just wonder what would have happened if that headlock would have. It's the great equalizer, and again, nice job by Trevino. Just really good action by this Willmar club, Jesse, and their hip action and the way they're able to push away and get out. There's a stalemate here, but he was in kind of a harm's way there, and he seemed to be able to kind of move his way out of that, even though it ended up as a stalemate. Hackle back in the top position here.
You're not seeing those Willmar wrestlers rest at all.
No.
Sometimes you see guys kind of collect themselves. There's none of that. They're wrestling through all the positions, and some of the Perm guys are finding out tonight that might be the difference.
A good lesson to be learned going into section time, both individual and team. 20 seconds remaining on your United Community Bank scoreboard. Here in the first period at the 215-pound weight class.
Again, if I'm Hudson here, I'm thinking, Trevino in on a nice double leg there. That was deep. Fighting off the edge of the mat. Good hips by Hudson Hackle there, making sure he didn't get comfortable on the edge. But I was going to say, if I'm Hudson, I'm expecting that shot. That's his 5th shot attempt. One of these times he's got to take advantage of that again.
Willmar's choice, and instead of deferring like we've done all night, he takes the down position. Definitely going to try to probably hop up, knowing his quickness and speed here and then. Like you said, Jesse, I think if he gets out, you got to be looking for that double or single leg right off the bat.
Absolutely, and sometimes you get to these bigger weight classes, conditioning can be a factor, and taking the down position right away while you're a little fresh isn't always the worst idea. But good return by Hudson. He's got a bar he's working over. Hudson really good in this position. He's just got to take his time. He's blocking the head. if he can get that elbow tip up a little bit. There he goes, steps over. He should be getting a count here shortly. There we go.
Minute 25
and that should
on the
be
clock.
it right there. Oh, the referee missed it.
Kind of went around one side, and the other side was the spot, and that happens.
He did a good job. When you take your time like that, a lot of times it can be just a touch fall because it's right in front of you.
So again, a little more life. We get to see a little bit more good wrestling, and good job by Hackle here with 1 minute remaining in the second period, up 6-1, 36-18. The Willmar Cardinals in. My math is not always the greatest, but I think they've cinched this one up. So now we're wrestling for pride.
Hudson doing a good job. Looks like he might have taken the wind out of Trevino's sails a little bit. Just when I say that, he pops out of the bottom for a 1-point escape.
Again, it's always that announcer jinx that gets me in the basketball game, so we'll count that a little bit there.
There we go.
20 seconds remaining in period number 2.
Again, similar, we talked about it earlier with some of these Willmar guys. Hudson's in the driver's seat right now. He's got to maintain good position, expect that shot from Trevino, make sure to keep a low level, meet that shot with head, hands, good hips. Again, we got to get our head down a little bit so we don't quite get so deep on those shots. 4 seconds remaining here in the second.
Again, this will go 6-2 into the third period. It'll be Hackle's choice. He takes down. Again, just to, we're going to get a little clarification here, I believe. We'll just clarify what we're going to do while the officials are doing the same thing. We're going to finish out this first round of this triangular. We'll have one more match here. We'll step away. We'll stay on the same stream, but we'll step away for a little bit. Stick around, hear from our sponsors. We'll kind of get ourselves re-geared, change our scoreboard up. We'll do a few things like that, and we'll come back and have Willmar and Moorhead facing off next, and then we'll do the same thing again for the nightcap, and we'll watch. We'll get to see Perham battle Moorhead. So we've got some good action yet remaining. Stick with us. Go grab a bowl of popcorn and a soda and join us as we're watching some really good Central Minnesota wrestling here tonight.
I'm a little confused. They bumped the score down to 4-2 on us, but I'm thinking back just in my own thoughts here. Hudson had a takedown. I thought he had 3 near fall on that arm bar. But
I thought it was 2 and 2, but they must have.
And then did Hudson have an escape?
No,
because he took down.
I thought it was 6-2. I must have missed something in there, so it's 4-2, which tightens this up and makes this escape for Hudson to be really kind of crucial right now with a minute remaining in the third period on our United Community Bank scoreboard. And I don't know that if you're Hudson, you want to turn into this guy.
No, I'd like to see Hudson to get to his feet again here. You get to your feet, you're up by 3. You know, again, you put yourself in that driver's seat to know Trevino is going to probably shoot a couple more times. He might get a goal behind here to kind of seal the deal. 39 seconds left here in the third period. Hudson still in the down position.
Again, you see the action from these two wrestlers has slowed down considerably. Give the escape to Hackle there. Makes it 5-2.
Here the pace is picking up a little bit.
Just as I said that, Trevino's going like a house of fire. The reason why, 25 seconds remaining. Trying to get this takedown. He did corral the leg there, but I don't think that's going to help him. I think he's got to kind of stand him up here.
Yeah, Hudson doing a good job on that shin whizzer. Staying in a good spot here. He's in pretty good shape as long as he can kind of keep him on his side there. There might be a takedown with 1 second left. Too little, too late for Trevino. Good job by Hackle there at the end.
5-4 win for Hackle. Changes your United Community scoreboard to Willmar 36, Perham 21, heading into 285 pounds. We're going to have Cash Burke. Cash Burke coming out for the Yellow Jackets. Cash is a junior, 10-8 on the season. For the Willmar Cardinals is Finley Donlan. He is a junior at 6-9, so another one I would consider. One of those toss-up matches as we go.
Contrast of body styles here. Donlan, pretty tall lad here. Cash, kind of shorter and stockier, but nonetheless, they're battling.
Yeah, again, that leverage when you're taller, you would think the Willmar wrestler, I guess, if I was wrestling, would try to use that, and a lot of down pressure, wear out your opponent, and then try to score in the second and third periods, but doesn't seem like that's the case so far.
No, I used to say, tall wrestlers, that's a lot of leg to get from a big guy, but we'll see what happens. We'll see who commits to the first attack here. Not a whole lot of action, just fighting for inside position here. Kind of a drag attempt, slide-by attempt there by Donlan. Cash doing a good job, not pressuring forward too much. There's kind of a half shot attempt. Interesting stall call. Neither guy doing too much. Hopefully Cash doesn't get too wound up here off the edge of the mat. Now we got some high-flying action.
Just what a former heavyweight likes to see, right? Is a little high-flying action. 35 seconds remaining on your United Community Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, another kind of slide-by attempt there by Donlan, jockeying for position. I'd like to see somebody drop a level and commit to a leg attack.
10 seconds remaining in this first period. 0-0 on your United Community Bank scoreboard. Again, we'd like to thank Great Clips, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Frontier Airlines, Central Market, New Horizons Realty, Lakes Area Co-op, Waterfront Recreational, J&L Nutrition, The Backyard, EOT Insurance, Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, Perham Chamber of Commerce, Nias Family Sales and Service, Perham Health, United Community Bank, River's Edge Cabinetry, Interiors by Winkles, Joe Foltz Construction, Reuter Family Dentistry, Ray's Sport Marine, KLN Family Brands, Lakes Ace Hardware, and Budget Blinds for bringing you tonight's action, early tonight action. We will be going to the EOT Insurance postgame show after this. Grab a quote today by visiting EOTinsurance.com. During that time, we'll be talking at the break about the J&L Nutrition Backyard Wrestler of the Match. Lots of ideas in my head right now, but we'll see how this last one ends up as we're still 0-0 with 1:20 remaining.
Donlan kind of using his length on top, but Cash doing a good job getting to his feet, getting that escape. Just good technical wrestling by Cash, controlling those hands, exploding at the right moment to get that escape.
1 minute to go here in the second period. 1-0 in favor of Cash, and I don't think 1-0 is going to win this one, Jesse. So I'm looking for that next big shot here by one of these two.
Under 45 seconds here. We'll see if anybody commits to an attack. Hard snap down maybe. Again, all this pulling, pushing, that's wearing on both guys. It's a lot of weight to be carrying. Your lower back starts to scream a little bit as the match goes on. Conditioning could be a factor. We'll see if any of these guys can wear each other out. Donlan's kind of gone to that arm drag attempt a couple times.
15 seconds remaining here in period number 2. 36-21 is your team score. That's all but locked up here for the Willmar Cardinals. They will be victorious tonight. Yellow Jackets looking to narrow that margin on the scoreboard, and we'll step away after the conclusion of this 285-pound match, and we'll honor some of our sponsors, and then we'll come back to do just what we said before. We'll we'll dive into the EOT Insurance postgame report. We'll talk about and recap this. We'll talk about our J&L Nutrition and Backyard Wrestler of the Match. And we'll wrap that up, step away for a little while, change our scoreboard up, and we'll get ready for Willmar and Moorhead to battle in round 2 of this triangular here at the Hive on Magnitude Sports Network.
Cash has got to be a little careful here. He's got one stall call already. So if he hangs on for too long, there it is. That's going to be a point. He does a good job of bringing him back down to the mat. But now he might have to commit to a ride here. We'll see how long his coaches want him to ride unless we go to our feet and try to make something happen. Again, roll attempt by Donnellan on the edge. That's where Cash has to be a little bit careful. Being the shorter wrestler, some of those tall guys have some pretty good leverage underneath. Minute 13 left here in the third period. Cash doing a good job keeping pressure forward. He's got to be careful not to hang here. See if he can bump him back down to the mat. If they come to their feet, I'm pretty sure their coaches are going to screen. There he goes, gets an escape for Donnellan. Just under a minute here. Cash Burke down 2-1. He's going to have to commit to an attack here at some point in the last 45 seconds.
Again, it's one of the toughest things to do. You might be sitting at home going, why? Why isn't he just doing this? When you got that big, long body draped on you, it's easier said than done to just unleash yourself and go for a shot, and it's not human nature to put yourself into harm's way. So just to do that out of nature, but there goes Burke.
Cash with a good attempt here. Donnellan might just posing to be a little bit too big for Cash's attempt. He's back to his feet here. Have the score at 4-2 with just under 10 seconds to go. See if Cash has one more attempt in him.
Three, 2, 1, and there is the final. 4-2 in favor of Donnellan, which brings our final team score to 39-21 in favor of the Willmar Cardinals, and they are as advertised. They come in rated 10th by the last guillotine, and you can see why. We're going to step away for just a second. We'll come back with our EOT postgame show after a few messages, and then we'll kind of set up your lineup for the next one coming up.
I have 3 amazing kids, and it can be a bit complicated.
All right, you guys, you ready?
But there's nothing else like it in the world.
Bye, honey.
Traveling with kids is on another level.
Yay, let's go.
I appreciate all the extra help I can get when we fly.
Hi, how can I help?
I'm honored to get every passenger to their destination.
I'm so grateful that I've been able to fly with my 3 young kids.
At Frontier, we get it. We're flyers too, and we believe the sky is for everyone.